This is a freshly grown flower garden, and I love all the plants and all the flowers that we have. We should look at how many plants and how many types of flowers that we have grown. So here we have some shrubs that are in blue color, in pink, in purple, and in red colors. I love them when they're mixed like this, and these ones don't actually grow to be very tall, they're just shrubs. And here we have a palm tree, and here we have all these plants that I shall be looking for their names so that I know what to say when I am actually seeing what they are. So these are very, very beautiful flowers, and as we planted them, we also got in some maize that got into the garden, and we just left it to grow, but we are going to remove it. And so here we have these little shrubs. They never really get tall. They're usually just this height, and that is very good because we want this to be just a little hanging garden, and that's why we have put this height of flowers. And just here we have a thicker palm tree. This is called thicker palm tree that grows up to be very beautiful, and we have put a ground cover of very, very beautiful little flowers. I love these ones with these mixed color leaves, and then the other little one which is creeping on the ground. This we put like ground cover. We have a bit of it also there inside. It's a very beautiful plant. And we continue with a little zigzag wall garden that is very beautiful. And we are still to slash our grass because we don't want pythons crawling in it. And here we have hibiscus, which is the first time it's flowering since we planted it. We just planted them this season, and therefore this is the first flowers that we are seeing, and we are very excited. So we are still making our compound, we are still landscaping and thinking what to do. So we have a bit of cleaning of those pipes to do. Here we have a bit of ground cover that is dying. We need to revive it, and we still have a lot of maize that has crept into our garden, but we shall eat them up, and the other part we'll give it to the chicken or to the animals. So we've planted these little beautiful flowers, and we want them to come in this sort of the green purple ones, and the other ones where the leaves are all colored into some pinkish purplish color. And we have a little bit of a ground cover there. The purple ones, those are very beautiful. So as time goes on, all this will grow into a very beautiful garden. Here we have a thicker palm tree that's going to be very, very beautiful and not very big. And so here we need to weed our garden and to add more and more flowers. And here we need to actually plant more flowers as we continue our landscaping. And this is a very beautiful plant. It's called the fuchsia plant, and it comes in red, in purple, in white, and in pink. We have the reddish one. These are hanging flowers or plants, and they're very nice if they're planted in a pot and then it's hung a bit high so that they can hang on the outside. So I'll be planting a few of those like that. Here we're just beginning, and we just bought plants and planted, and we're going to redo it again. There came also the sunflower that we had planted for our hens, but we're going to not plant it again on this side of our farm. We have a very nice maize plant that came up there with everything else, and it's just going to be roasted and eaten, and we will not be planting any more of those. Even that one is taro that has come up there, but I think this is a decorative taro. I think it's not the taro that you eat, but we'll see. We'll have to uproot it also. There we have a beautiful plant that produces some red flowers. We go on and we have lots of little things that we planted. It's the first season, so it will take time before they form into what we really want. And today we're going to work in our farm. We're going to plant maize and beans and some little vegetables. And to do that, we need to add organic manure. So what you're seeing here is a heap of organic manure. This one that we use to plant everything that we do in our garden is organic, and we make it ourselves. So we do this by taking leaves that fall from the trees and throw them in the cow shed. And so the cow, when the cow actually steps on them and urines on them and the feces and everything, then they turn into this organic manure, which is very, very good for your garden. So this is what today we'll be doing. We'll pick this and we go with it and we'll pour around all these kilns, and then we're going to make more holes that we'll pour inside, and we will put in our plants, or rather our seed. We'll be planting maize and beans today, so that's what we are going to do. This is our kale garden, and it's going to be a very beautiful garden, and we'll have a lot of kales. We'll be eating them and giving them to our animals, and we will be selling the rest. So it's a very good way to make some money for the workers as they work, because they need food and they need money to buy the small items like sugar and cooking oil. So this is a very good way for them to get some help. So as we make the holes to put the seeds, we also water our little garden. This is a nursery that we made a few days ago, and it's very important that we water them. We can actually see that the seedlings are coming out, and we hope they will come out and become some very nice vegetables. Most of these trees are shade trees that are very good for shading, and they don't interfere with the crops. They usually can grow together with the maize and the beans, and they are very good. They don't actually interfere with any of what we are growing. They're very strong trees, and we can hang our hives on them. We can also use them to give to the goats. They love to eat this. That's why you see we have so many of these. They're also the indigenous trees that we've had before, so they are very adapted to this climate. And here usually we just buy, or rather we just, here we grow everything mixed up somehow. That's how it's always been. Because they're very small farms, you cannot afford to grow things separate, and that's why you grow everything mixed up together. Mixing crops together is very good because they can actually exchange the minerals. Some crops have a lot of nitrogen, and therefore they can exchange this with the other plants. We also have a lot of fruit trees. Most of them are the avocado trees that are very big and are very, very fertile in this part of our farm. So you can see there in front is a very huge avocado tree, and we have many of them throughout in the farm. And so it's very easy. When the season is there for the avocados, They're just so many, so they just drop down and we don't know what to do with them. It's almost impossible to sell them because everybody here has avocado trees and they're very good. And so here we are just taking a walk down in our farm to see how it looks like. Usually we have prepared the garden for the planting season. And so here we're going to plant maize as soon as we realize that the rain is almost coming. And we have here a little tree that's called macadamia tree. It's used to make macadamia oil, which is a very good essential oil that's used to make medicines and many other things. We also have our own little forest that we have grown ourselves. This is the forest that we've used to build all the houses that you've seen in our farm. We have not bought any wood or any timber at all. We just used our own forest, which was very, very, very economical. So it's good that we have that. All the firewood we use, we also get it from our farm. Because we have so many trees, we can afford to actually get down some few branches all the time and use it as fuel, which is very economical because we don't usually have to buy any cooking gas. We don't have to pay for electricity. We don't have to buy charcoal. We don't have to buy firewood. We have our own firewood and therefore very, very easy and cheap to cook. Usually when you live in a farm, it's very economical because most of the things, probably 70% of the things, you get them from your farm. The food, the fuel for cooking, the vegetables, the chicken, almost everything. The manure for planting your garden. So you even get some honey now that we have hives. We're going to sell some of these things and we get money that will keep running the farm. So this is actually something very nice. And you're working without any stress. You're really just working at your own pace, at your own time, when you want, where you want. So it's a very relaxing type of atmosphere and life. And that's it's very nice. So it's very good if you're working abroad or if you're working in the city to get your time off and go to a farm like this and stay for maybe a weekend and just to relax. I would advise people to do that because it is very, very good. Thank you for watching and please keep watching and see our next video.